Here with seniors Crystal LegerWalker and Ula Motuga. Girls, you pick up a huge 58-51 win over Oregon State to kick off a 3-game week. Chris, we'll just start with you. Just talk about how big is this win and just how good is it to start the week off with a dub?
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, it's great. I mean, we have a really tough schedule and tough week ahead of us this week with UW and having 3 games. So we definitely are happy that we started this week off right and got a win, and hopefully we can just keep building, and hopefully this week just ends good for us as well as it started.
All right, we'll open the floor for questions. Go ahead, Jamie Vinnick, Coug fan.
First off, congrats on the win, guys. Just kind of a game where it just seemed that they would push and maybe make a little run, but you never really let them get that close. I think their only lead was 4-2. And then even late, they get a couple baskets, but just make your free throws, get stops. Was it kind of unique to play a game that way, especially the last couple where you got up earlier, got down earlier, then kind of either had to come back or let them come back?
Yeah, I definitely think this was a very up and down game, and I think we're at our best when we, stay together and don't really get fazed by those momentum shifts. So, yeah, it was definitely felt it. Definitely was different than the last couple games we've played, but yeah, I think we were really the break that we've had. We really came in today and we were really together, and we've been, kind of preaching that amongst ourselves that we just need to stay together and, just not be fazed by those runs and not let ourselves get down that much so.
One of the things we've seen just in general in sports is when teams come back off a COVID break, it oftentimes can be there can be some rust and it can be a struggle, but it just didn't seem like that was the case today. What did you guys kind of do to avoid that, to avoid kind of that, that rusty start and be able to get off to a hot start and take an early lead?
Yeah, I think especially in this day and age, like obviously we had a 5-6 day break over Christmas, and then we came back, had some games, but it would have just been a really good rest for everyone mentally. Had a lot of girls out with COVID just to get a good mental reset. Obviously with Crystal, Charli's Yo playing huge minutes, so that would have been good just for them to get some rest in their bodies and stuff like that. But I think that it almost couldn't have come at a more perfect time. We as a group spoke about who we wanted to be and what we want to be moving forward after the UCLA loss. And so it's almost a blessing in disguise that we were able to just take some thinking time to ourselves.
Oregon State is a huge team as is, and then you add in the fact that no Jess, no Emma. Just talk about between you, Ula, Bella, and Tara really having to go against the 6'5", 6'6", even 6'9" posts. Talk about the challenge of that, but then also being up to that challenge and keeping them, from scoring in the paint and then being able to find buckets in the paint as well.
Yeah. It was definitely a huge loss for us, like especially in warm-ups and practices and stuff. We just miss having Jess and Emma on the court with us and just keeping high energy around. But I also think it was a really good opportunity for T-Wall to just get some experience playing against bigger, stronger bodies. Like she's only a freshman and having to guard 6'8", or even Ellie Mack, who is pretty good at what she can do, both inside and outside. And a huge focus was for us to try and stay out of foul trouble. It didn't go so well in the first half, but in the second half it was really good, and I think just a lot of positives to take from it.
A bit of an off night for Charli tonight, something I don't think I've said since she started playing here, but in past games or at times maybe even last year, an off night for Charli would mean an off night for the team. Instead, the other 4 starters, all you guys end up double figures, really producing well. Just talk about kind of the onus you took upon yourself that with Charli only scoring 9, and again only scoring 9, stepping up and being able to kind of find the scoring and find a balance between the rest of you guys.
Yeah, we definitely. Everyone else, stepped up, but I think although Charli's scoring might not come up and although her stats don't come up, she's definitely leads us in a lot of other categories and, makes all of the rest of us better, gets us shots and kind of gets us rolling and stays in our ears. So, yeah, she's definitely might look like she had a bad night, but I don't think we felt like that, and I don't think she should go away feeling like she had a bad night. But yeah, not to say that everyone else didn't step up. We spoke in the locker room about all those big threes that she hit, the 2 back-to-back or whatever it was. Bella's big shots that she came up with down the stretch that we really needed against that zone. And constantly, I think she's put a few games now together where she's really showed up and produced for us.
I think an important note, before I cut you off, is like we don't get the shots that we get without defenses focusing solely on Charli's. Like they're finding Crystal's finding me open because they're probably doubling on Charlize or focusing more on her. So I think that's something really important to focus on. Like when people look at this game and they might say, you know, she was whatever or had 9 points, but Ula, Bella, Crystal, Yo don't get their double-digit whatever without her sacrificing a bit. And she might have missed some shots that she usually takes, but that's a huge thing for us, the fact that she's actually taking those shots, so it opens up for everyone else. And the defensive presence and everything, like Crystal was saying, is ridiculous, and I don't think people pay much attention to defense. It's all like who's scoring what, but I think if you were on the floor with us, you would understand how important she is on both sides of the ball.
You mentioned Yo having another big game. Did Oregon State, what did they do to her? Because that's 3 games now against the Beavs that she's exploded.
Right. This is her game. I don't know. Yo showed up and we love it. You know, everyone come in an Oregon State uniform and hope that Yo shoots the lights out every time. But, I'm not sure what that is. Random trend, but we're not complaining. We'll take it.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of random trends, there was a signature Crystal LegerWalker shot, 2 seconds left in the half. 3 goes in. I mean, it's 5, 6, 7 now since you've been here?
I have no idea, but yep, I'll take it. Whatever the higher one was.
It's about to be 9, 10, 11, 12.
And then last thing, what'd you say for the technical?
Oh, don't worry about it. It was,
Not repeatable on camera?
Something that I probably shouldn't have said. Definitely let my emotions get the best of me at that point in time. But credit to my teammates for pulling me through that and refocusing me. Yeah, especially Crystal.